first attempt at a video in these crazy times where many of us are stuck inside, including myself, working from home, or with our children who aren't at school, or just trying to be careful not to contract the virus or to give it to other people. I thought it might be helpful to make a little video. So the first one this morning I'm gonna do is just a simple kind of wake up yoga, right? What do? We get up and we're feeling tight and maybe we can't get out to the gym, right? I know I'm missing that. So we're just gonna start real simple with stretches and a sun salutation sequence this morning, and we'll see how that feels. So if you're joining me, let's start in that comfortable seated position. So it's easy to do cross-leg. If you like lotus or half lotus, you are welcome to do that. But make sure you lift those sit bones up and then settle yourself securely on your sit bones, and then resting those palms on your knees. And we'll roll the shoulders up and back and down. And let's breathe again, inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhaling and exhaling. Let's just take a moment to center our thoughts and our breath. Trying to let go of some of the stress that this strange time brings to us. And allowing ourselves to just let our bodies move. Let our bodies feel the benefit of stretching and strength. Beautiful. And let's start with some gentle movements to wake up the spine, right? So we're going to plant that right hand on the floor and left hand, and I'm mirroring you. So yeah, I know that it's my left arm. I just am used to you facing me. So whichever way you do it, as long as you switch sides, we're reaching up and over, inhaling as we reach, exhaling. Let's reach it in front this time. So across the body, inhaling and exhaling. And now let's try putting those together. So we're going to go over the head and across the body. And over the head. Beautiful. Hopefully your back feels a little better. Let's switch sides. So reminding you that we're just doing up and over first. And then let's do across. Feel that spine start to really open. Let's put them together, up and across. And especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning or when you first get up, you're likely to be tighter, and that's okay. All right, let's roll those shoulders back a couple times. Beautiful. Let's come to all fours. So I'm going to go sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's find our cat-cow. So we're going to tuck the belly, drop the head, round the shoulders and the back. There's your cat pose. Exhale there. Beautiful. Inhaling, we're going to drop the hips, shoulders, head up. There's your cow pose. And let's just do a few of those. So exhale, drop and squeeze into cat. Inhaling into cow. This is a beautiful stretch for the back. One more time. Nice. And as we exhale, I'll come to a nice neutral spine. So now we're going to do a little bit of spinal balance, and I'm going to do some this way and some facing you so you understand what it looks like. Right arm and left leg, right? So this is a great way, or sometimes we call it pointer, just to see how we're feeling. Are we stable here? Can I keep my hips flat? We tend to want to do one hip just nice and long. Flex the heel if you're able. Beautiful, and then let's switch. So now we got that left arm and right leg as straight as you can make it, as steady as you can make it. If you find that you're wobbly, that's not unusual. Just notice it. Beautiful. So I'm going to turn just so you can see me a little bit better. So now we're going to do those with breath. So we're going to inhale one arm and one leg. Exhale, bring it back. Switch. Inhaling. Exhaling. And I like to call these like our joint waker-uppers, right? So all of this first part is ability or practice, I guess, of opening up the joints, right? Moving our shoulders and our hips. Beautiful. Now let's press back into child's pose. So our first child's pose, we're going to press all the way back. And I like to remind everybody that child's pose has lots of variations. You can put your knees together and your hands behind, like so. That's a true resting pose. If your back's tight, you might prefer to take those knees wide and let your belly fall through. And again, you can have hands here. Or we can also put our arms here and just stretch the back and shoulders, which is my favorite, but you do what feels good to you. And we're just breathing here for a couple breaths. Noting that at any point in time in our practice, if we just feel like we can't quite do the next pose or we need an extra breath, this is home. Come here and enjoy a few breaths before you join back into the practice. All right, but let's find a little more movement this morning. So we're gonna curl the toes, pick up the knees, and shoot our hips back into the sky, right? So we're gonna lift that tailbone, press the heels back. Palms are about shoulder width apart, and then we're just gonna breathe. And again, we're likely tight if it's early for you, so pressing through the heels. And you can do this any time of the day. Sun Salutations is always good. Stretching is always good. So that's what we're gonna focus on. And then press both feet back, and let's just take a breath here. Beautiful, let's walk the feet to the hands. So we're in our first forward fold, right? So looks like this or this. This is great if you have blocks. And if you don't have a block at home and you can't get out right now, you can use a box, right? Or a book. It doesn't have to be a foam block. You could probably also order them on Amazon pretty inexpensively. But blocks are great if you're tight or if your arms and legs are disproportionate. So don't be afraid to use them. Beautiful. All right, we're going to soften those knees and we're going to arms wide all the way up to the top, right? Nice big Tadasana. Exhale. Let's do a few breaths that way. We're going to inhale and we're going to take the arms wide and add a little twist. Exhale. Turn to your right. Inhale. Turn to the left. And then let's finish that, making sure we've done both sides. Come back and hands to the heart. Beautiful, let's breathe again. All right, now, you guys that know me know this is one of my favorites. I'm just gonna move the block out of the way. Nice wide legs. We're gonna wake up those joints even more this morning with our moonflowers. So nice wide fingers, I call them starfish fingers. Elbows in. Inhaling and exhaling, knees out. Wonderful. So notice we're, again, moving the hips, the knees, the ankles, the shoulders, and the elbows, right? Warming up those joints. Couple more. Beautiful. Now let's let it go. What we call a sunflower. Nice big breath. Throw it down. Two more. And one more. Beautiful, palms together and hands to heart center. Beautifully done. All right, so now that our bodies have a little more heat, we're going to go into that sun salutation flow. And I'm going to turn sideways. I think it's easier to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to come up here at the top of my mat. You want to make sure you have a whole lot of space here behind you to move. And we'll repeat our sequence a couple of times. So inhaling, palms together, touch gently. Exhaling, dive all the way down. Perfect. Drop the head and breathe on our forward fold. So if we want a little more here, blocks or fingertips lift the spine. Okay, we call that a monkey. Beautiful. Exhale back to the toes. Let's take that right foot, step it back. Big step. So you want to go the length of your mat as far back as you can. That knee is never like this. Okay, so pulling back to make sure we're where we want to be. And then step the other foot back and find our downward facing dog. So our belly's in, our head is where? Right between the elbows, not here, right? Nice and neutral neck. Beautiful, let's float forward to plank. And our bellies are turned on. I'm gonna show you knees first time, but you can choose knees or toes. Our elbows are close, we call that a chaturanga. Roll the shoulders back, there's your cobra. Stay right here, breathe. This one's great if you've got lower back issues, so it's okay to stay in a smaller pose if you've got a tight low back. Beautiful job. Let's curl the toes. We're gonna press up and back to down dog. So good. All right, let's find our first nice big hip stretch or lunge. So right foot to the sky. We call that a three-legged dog. And we're gonna bring it under the body, between the hands. Beautiful. Drop the back knee. Release your toes. Starting to feel those hips, right? And we're gonna reach up. So we're reaching up, feeling the hips here, and breathe. Just a couple breaths here, and I know that it kind of hurts, right? It kind of feels a little weird. It's so good for your blood flow. Hands down here, curl the toes, pick that knee up, and we're gonna bring the back foot forward. Exhale. And we did the first one, right? Inhale all the way to the sky, and we exhale to the heart. Let's try the other side. Big breath. Fingers touch, tuck the belly, swan dive to the toes. Inhaling to monkey, lift the chest, straighten the back. Exhaling to the toes. Beautiful job. Let's take that left foot and we step it all the way back. Beautiful. Just make sure you're where you want to be. Press back to downward facing dog. Adha Mukha Shavasana. And then let's find our vinyasa. So we come forward to plank. This time I'll show you no knees. Chaturanga, elbow close to cobra. If you want more, up dog. Flat feet, shoulders back. Beautiful job. Flip those feet. Lift the hips. And it's a little bit of down dog, right? Fantastic. Feels good. Left foot to the sky. Nice big lift. Under the body, bring it through. Now you might have to pick it up, right? You might have to get it there. That is okay. Drop the back knee, release the toes. And we reach to the sky. Beautiful. Hands to the mat. Pick up the back knee, and our feet are together on top of the mat. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful job. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to the heart. Let's do that again. Big breath, fingers touch. Exhale all the way to the toes. Inhaling, long backs in monkey. Exhaling, toes. Inhaling, step back, right foot. Beautiful. Exhaling, left foot. There's your downward facing dog. Let's make this strong. Forward to plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Shoulders back here, breathe. Breathe and hold. Beautiful. Down dog. So good. Left foot to the sky. Big step through. All right, I'm going to give you an option this time. You can drop to the knee like we did, or you can stay standing and come to a big power lunge, right? High lunge. Heel lifted, belly tucked, sink. Beautiful. Hands to the mat and back foot forward. Breathe. Breathe. We might start to feel that heart rate rise, right? Inhale to the sky. And exhale to the heart. Let's do it again. Inhaling, fingers touch. Exhaling all the way down. Inhaling, long back monkey, block or not. Exhaling, toes. This time left foot steps back. Sink the hips. And then press back to down dog. All right. Beautiful, strong vinyasas. Bellies turned on as we roll forward on our toes to plank. Knees or toes, chaturanga to cobra or up dog. Beautiful. Flip those feet. Find your down dog. Right foot rises to the sky. Big step through. So once again, you get to decide, do I want to come to my knee for that lower option, or do I want to try standing for a power lunge? Whoops, watch the balance, right? Tuck the belly, sink. Breathe. Beautiful job. Hands to the mat and back foot forward and breathe. Just breathe. Right? Blood is flowing. Blood is flowing. Inhale to the sky and exhale to the heart. One more time. Big breath. Swan dive. Monkey lift. Exhaling to our toes. Inhaling, right foot back, sinking into the hips. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Now we're starting to feel more fluid. Forward to plank. Chaturanga, knees or toes. Cobra or up dog. Beautiful job. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, right foot. Exhaling, bring it under. All right, decide again. Find a drop and go here. Or curl and lift, both work. Strength, moving in the hips, stretching. Beautiful, hands down, back foot forward, breathe. Breathe. Inhale to the sky. And exhale to the heart. One more time, big breath. Exhale to the toes. Inhale, fingertips. Exhaling toes. Left foot, take it back. Drop into those hips. Push back. Downward facing dog. Let's float through. Forward to plank. To chaturanga. To up dog. To down dog. We're so close. Stay with me. Left foot to the sky. Big step through. All right, you know it this time. You can drop the knee or come up to standing. Beautiful, hands to the mat and come into full breathe. Just breathe. All right. Now that we've got that heart rate up and we're feeling good and energized, we're gonna do a couple stretches, come down on a quick meditation. So the first one I wanna do while we're here is to wrap our hands like we're hugging our legs, good. And we're gonna bend the knees so that our chest and thighs are closer. Touching, great. If they don't quite touch, that's okay, just as long as they're close. So nice bend here, and then exhale, lift the hips, drop the head. Oh, we feel the hamstrings, yes. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Now drop those hands, fingers to elbows. Let's just hang for a moment, releasing the lower back. Stretching out those limbs. You might shake a little if you like. Nice, and then hands to the mat. Let's step back slowly and easily to down dog. Belly's in. If you want to lock the heels, if you need a little bit of that, go for it. Or just a big stretch. Good, we're gonna drop the knees. Guess what we get? Child's pose. Aren't we excited about that? So take a nice big breath. Let's come up to all fours. Just a couple little stretches before we meditate. I'm gonna do a little thread the needle this morning. So take that arm, reach it to the sky, and we're gonna go under and reach through. Let's do it again. Inhale. I like to do this a couple of times so that we get a little more mobility, right? Inhaling, let's reach. Exhaling, this time we're gonna land the shoulder. If you can land the head, great. You can also use your block if you can't quite get there. Hand that's on the floor closest to you. If you want a bigger stretch, you can place it way out in front, or you can just leave it and breathe. Beautiful. Let's uncurl ourselves, and let's do the other side. Left arm reaches and comes through. One more, and land it, and breathe. Uncurl, press back, child's pose. Now that heart rate's starting to come back down. want to make sure we have a few minutes for Shavasana because right now meditation is going to be really important for stress. All right, but before we do that, let's lift up gently. Just nice and carefully and easily come all the way to the back. So we're going to flip over. Take your time here so you don't get a little head rush. Hands to hamstrings. Roll back. Bring those knees into the chest. That feels great, doesn't it? Let's take the knees back out over the chest. Our arms wide and drop those knees to one side. Doesn't matter which way. And then take those eyes and look away. And let's just breathe here. Releasing our lower back and spine. Beautiful, nice and easy. Bring those knees up and take them to the other side. And we turn the head opposite direction, stretching our neck while we're there. Beautiful, let's bring those knees in, give them a squeeze. All right, you guys that know me know I love this stretch. So we're going to take our legs up to the sky and then wide inner thigh stretch, right? So you can put your hands here if you want a bigger stretch. If you're loose on that joint, and some of us are, you might want the hands below to support them so they don't get too loose. So either way, this is a bigger stretch. This is a little more support, and enjoy that. And while we're there, what are we going to do? We're going to rotate the ankles. We don't take care of our feet very well. And we use them a lot. So making sure that we stretch those ankles out and then point and flex. And then you can even open and curl the toes. That feels really good. We don't do these enough. And then just breathe for a moment. Good, bring the knees in, hug to chest. And then let's come right into our meditation. So extending your legs to the floor. If you prefer bent knees, sometimes that feels nice on the back. Some people like a block between the legs. It gives you a little more support. So just playing with what feels comfortable. And we'll just stay right here and breathe. And I'm going to sit up just so that you can hear me. But please stay comfortable in whatever that looks like for you. So we want to let our breath slow back down and start to allow our minds to quiet. Just breathing in to the silence, letting our thoughts go, and allowing our bodies to settle into the floor in whatever way that feels best. Hopefully our shoulders sink a little deeper, get a little heavier, our hips. Letting that floor support your weight. Closing your eyes if you haven't. And then I would like everyone to open their mouth. Just a little. When we release the jaw, not only is it good for the jaw, but that helps to release the hips. Beautiful stretch and opening and awareness. So we're going to inhale and bring breath up into our body, all the way through the body. Feel it like a wave. So from the feet, into the legs, into the hips, into the back, up the spine, and we let it go. And let's do that again. Inhaling. And exhaling. And one more, inhaling. And exhaling. And for these next few moments, we're just breathing. stay here as long as we like. But when we're ready, we come back out of this slowly, right? Bring our awareness back to the space, to the room, to wherever we are. And we do it gently, wiggling fingers or toes. Maybe we turn our head just a little each way. And then we want to stretch ourselves. So if we're on the floor, we might reach nice and long. If we're seated, same thing, right? A nice big stretch for the side of our body. And then bring those knees into the chest and give them one more little hug before we let them fall to one side or the other. We breathe there a couple rounds, allowing the body to come back slowly. And then when we're ready, we're going to come to seated, taking our time and moving carefully and slowly. And we'll take those shoulders and let's roll them up and back and down as we sit up nice and tall. And let's breathe together, hands open, bringing those palms together and to our heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you like, what you want more of, less of, and have a blessed day. Stay well.